Welcome to Royal Secrets. Mourners assemble at Buckingham Palace saying, "She has been so strong." But before we continue, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates. With the exception of intermittent performances of God Save the Queen and infrequent bursts of applause, the crowds were relatively silent. On Thursday, thousands of mourners gathered at Buckingham Palace, many of whom left floral tributes at the wrought iron gates. With the exception of intermittent choruses of God Save the Queen and infrequent bursts of applause, the spectators were extremely quiet and the mood was solemn. As night fell, crowds remained outside the royal residence, many of whom were huddled under umbrellas and sobbingly comforting one another. There were hundreds of bunches of flowers and rows of flickering candles. In addition, mourners hung a sizable Union flag across the Victoria Memorial across the street as dozens of police officers manned the gates. Early that evening, 1959-born David Horrocks was a part of the gathering. He had only ever known the Queen as a ruler. She has been very resilient. Given what she has witnessed in the nation, she has overcome a lot of hardship. She has established herself as a really strong person, someone to emulate. Horrocks had come to honor his father, a royalist who had served in the Royal British Legion and had seen the Queen after hearing the news. "I sincerely hope she has contributed to creating a legacy that will last, but of course, much will depend on whether Prince Charles will be the one to do it. Hopefully he is. We'll investigate." The gathering grew despite a light drizzle, and the sense of loss could be felt. Many took the opportunity to consider the Queen's incredibly long reign, while others spoke groggily about what the loss portends for a new administration and leader of the country. South African visitor Linda Longwa expressed her sadness over the news while pointing out that her nation still needs to come to terms with its colonial past. "At home, things are changing. We're discovering a lot. But according to Longwa, this is not a good time for Britain." Just 2 days after welcoming the new Prime Minister, she passed away. "There has been a lot of change. I hope they can keep up the momentum she has built." Maura Ford was navigating the crowd while carrying a bouquet as she paid her respects. 2 days prior to her passing, she appointed a new prime minister. "And she kept going," Ford stated with tears in his eyes, "and she kept her commitment of being a servant to all the people of Britain and the Commonwealth." Ford, a British American, expressed hope for the new administration's members to keep their pledges, but said that it is up to individuals to provide a hand to others during this time. "I believe that, in order to survive, we must all adopt a stoic attitude and do our best to assist others. We should be cautious since not everyone would find this easy," she added. Ed, who wished to remain anonymous, was one of many who placed their bouquets at the gates. The surrounding people were so quiet that passing riders' bicycle tires could be heard as they passed. "It's not shocking," Ed added. "But I do recall that, when I was a child, my mother used to rise up whenever the Queen spoke. I therefore assumed that she would value this." Ed was a member of a scout troop that used to swear loyalty to the Queen when he was a child growing up in Hong Kong. "She served as the only queen for us, so." Ed said he felt emotional as he stood outside the royal gates and fought back tears. He said, "There have been ups, lots of ups and downs. But she's like one constant that you can rely on through all the turbulence, all the upheavals that we have gone through. I appreciate her for that." Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates.